Oh my God, there's like just giant photos of my boobs in the background.
Your boobs look good.
I
I think we're live.
breastfeeding.
We're live. Hi, mums. Welcome to Midnight Mums Go Live Q&A session with me, your host, Bridget Jarrett. I'm also the founder of this group, Midnight Mums. And tonight I have a very special guest with me. This is Anna, and she's
Hello.
also known as the Not So Perfect Mum over on Instagram. So we have a lot to talk about with Anna tonight. She's a real down-to-earth mum. She has 2 little boys, and she is pregnant with number 3. And this interview tonight is brought to you by our friends at LEGO Duplo. That's right, we are friends with LEGO, okay? And we are following the social distancing rules at the moment. We're trying to stay 1.5 metres apart, and I'm actually really excited to be here at Anna's place because I have not left the house and been anywhere but the supermarket in 10 weeks.
It's a long time.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll get started. And so if you don't know who Anna is, as I was saying, she is a blogger on Instagram. You do have a page on Facebook.
I do, but I don't really use it.
But you don't really use it. Anna is also an entrepreneur. And we'll get to that in a minute. But
Am I?
yeah, you are. You're a mum.
I love you. Come to my house whenever you like.
Yeah,
Keep going.
you're a mummypreneur.
I like
You're
that.
a mummypreneur. That's what they're called.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And so let's find out who you are. For all the mums that don't know you, don't cough.
It was not intentional. Sorry.
She's healthy. Okay. So as you can see in the background, Anna has a lovely husband there in the background. They're your engagement photos.
They're my engagement photos, and I was single side breastfeeding at the time, so you can see that
my God,
one
you
is
can.
really big.
Look. Wow.
Both of the boys favour one boob.
Yeah, I had
So
that.
I always had one D boob and then one like B boob.
Yeah, and one would be like a pancake, and one would just
horrible.
be.
And it's like that now, even after. They're
You've
exactly
still
the
got
same.
lopsided.
Yeah.
So this is what we're going to be talking about tonight. Everything from breastfeeding, feeding pregnancy babies, toddlers, because between the 2 of us, we have 5.5 kids ranging from in there.
Half baked.
And my eldest is 8, but we've got 4 boys between us.
Yeah.
So mums, if you've got any questions on any of the topics that we talk about, please feel free to pop a comment in, and Anna and myself will answer them live. But yeah, to start off with, I will talk about Anna and like who you are, who's in your family.
Hi, I'm Anna. I have an Instagram, and it's the Not So Perfect Mum.
And she is.
And I am the Not So Perfect Mum. I swear like a trailer.
You're allowed
sailor.
You're allowed to swear on this.
Yeah, I have many warnings daily about how much I swear. And I have 2 kids. Ruben, Junior Smalls, is just turned 2, like last month, and Dominic is 4. He actually just turned 4 too. So, and then I think I'm in my 17th week.
You don't know when with your third.
No, you
don't know.
It blends. No. I actually have the app this time because I need to check it to be like, wait, how far are we again?
You're good that you've got the app with your third time, but
for
that
I
reason
would
only.
have forgotten.
So,
yeah.
Are you tracking your pregnancy? Are you? No, didn't think so.
It's funny. We go. We have a private obstetrician who we've seen for the boys.
Yeah.
And I went there the other day, and I'm like, she's like, oh, have you got any questions? I'm like,
no,
it's the same thing that I've done the last 2 times. Like, it's, you actually have nothing. You're like, okay, so when's the next scan? What blood appointments do we have? That's it. Like, it's just, And
you're so focused on your other children that you're just comparing it to your first. You can't.
And it goes so quick. Like the other day, we were like, how are we nearly halfway already? Like, that's nuts. I swear to God, we peed on a stick like 2 days ago.
That's really funny. But it's so true. And you don't have, like, I remember thinking, oh, if I have a third, yes, I'll do the, the pregnancy shots and like all these fun things that you do with your first. But you don't have time. Yeah. And are you like,
I promised that I was going to do bump photos this time. Promise. Joseph did one at like 6 weeks, which is pretty much like you look like you've had a burger. Like there's nothing there. And I haven't done one since. Every day I ask my babysitter, who's now my assistant, we call her Mary Poppins. She's amazing.
Oh.
I'm like, babe, we have to take photos today. We have to take photos today. Every day she comes in like, we do the bump photo today. I'm like, yeah, we'll do it later.
Doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And like, what else have you found, like being pregnant during isolation? Is that different from?
Oh, absolutely. So different. It's funny because everyone keeps saying, oh, it's a girl for sure, because the pregnancy has been
I
so
keep
different.
saying that. And you're wearing pink, so.
Yeah, I never wear colour. What is
Actually,
this?
yes,
I
pink
never wear
vibe.
colour.
And I got pink scrunchie, so yeah, no.
It's definitely been different, but I've never had a pregnancy in isolation before, so is it really different? Like maybe the sickness feels so much worse because we're stuck in a house with kids and it's been more stressful because you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You don't know how long you're not going to be able to have family visiting you at the hospital. Like there's a lot of question marks.
Yeah.
So I was saying the other day, I don't know if they actually are that different. The spewing's been more, but
You have been vomiting?
I've been spewing this time. And also I haven't had 2 kids to look after before. So like of course you're gonna be more tired, and I'm now running a business where I wasn't with well, actually I was running a business with both of them, but this isn't very hands-on, like, you know, I coloured 900 kilos of stock yesterday. That's a lot.
And like when you were pregnant first time, you would not have lifted anything too heavy.
Exactly. And you care for yourself. Like if you need a nap, you just go have a nap because there's no other humans depending on you.
And you follow all those rules about.
Oh, absolutely. Like the no sushi, the no salad bags, the no this,
You're eating cheese and sushi, aren't you?
This time I'm like, I'll have some sushi.
It's just different.
Very different.
Totally different. And how are you finding the boys? Are they excited? I guess your 2-year-old's probably a bit little, but
for the baby, pumped.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ruben actually picks my top up a lot and kisses my stomach. Like
so
he's really aware.
Ruben's the older boy. No,
I have to share this book that we've got. I got it from the library last time. Yes, I've been to a library. I know, shock people. I can't remember. Oh, there's a house inside Mummy's tummy.
Oh, yeah.
It is the best
That's
book.
great for
We read it
preschoolers.
for Dommy with Ruben, and now Ruben, like if we go upstairs to read books, that's the book that he chooses. Yeah. And he loves it.
That's cute.
So it's really good at explaining, like in basic terms, what's going on, because Rubes gets in the shower. We shower together. I know that's really gross.
My boys still jump in the shower with me.
Yeah. I'm not timed for 3 separate showers at my time. This is a strict routine.
Yeah.
So I jump in the shower with him too. Ruben's now like,
get out of my space, Mum.
He's like, what is going on? Why is your stomach different? So it has helped. That book's helped a lot because he's like, actually, okay, I'm connecting these 2 things. So, and Ruben has very limited words. He's 2 and Joseph might say differently. He's probably got 15 words, so quite behind. Yeah. But he just popped out the other day. We were sitting in the wardrobe playing cubbies, and he's just gone, Mama Baba.
Oh, so you,
So funny.
And pointing at you?
Oh, yeah. So he's really getting it more than I thought that he would. Yeah. And Dom's just over the moon. He's named it like a zillion times. Oh. But only wants a girl. So if it's a boy, I have to get rid of it.
This is exactly my eldest. I've got 2 boys as well, and I've got a baby girl. While I was pregnant with her last year, the eldest wanted it to be a girl.
So funny.
Wanted it to be a girl. And isn't it funny, boys, they just, I guess we're in the same situation. My eldest already had a baby brother.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mum. And yeah, it's just funny. And what about, have you been asked the question, how did the baby get in your tummy?
Yes.
What did you answer?
Oh my gosh. When we first, I have to stop touching my hair. I have this issue with doing it when I talk. When we first told the boys, we're like, okay, so we can't tell anyone yet because it's really early. We just got to wait for a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, Mary Poppins came in at 8 o'clock in the morning. Dom's run out and goes, Mum has a baby in her tummy, and Daddy put it in there with his magic wand. We're like, whoa, okay.
Is that what did you tell them?
No. Oh. So, and then we were in the car and Joseph goes to Dom, hey, so where's this magic wand from? He goes, from I need to ask Joseph, from the adult shop? And then we're like, wait, what?
Not that kind of adult.
No, and then he's like, and they sell plastic poos there. I'm like, where did you even come up with this stuff?
Oh, that's funny.
So hilarious. So, yeah, Dom will actually say that it's been put in there by the magic wand.
The magic wand, whatever.
We did not teach it that. It's quite hilarious.
Whatever.
4-year-olds, you just have to roll with it.
It works.
So funny. Their imagination is just wild.
So moving forward, so when are you due?
October.
So hopefully we are out of all of these restrictions.
Yeah, well, I had an OB appointment. What day is it?
Wednesday.
On Monday. And I actually asked, that was one question that I said, can my kids come to these appointments? Because we really want them to come.
Of course, that's something I haven't thought about.
So, Joseph couldn't even come to the last scan. There was no one.
So, Joseph's husband.
Sorry, Joseph's my husband. Joseph couldn't come to the 12-week one. You know, the one that you go to and they go to the actual radiology place and get the full scan check for, the fluid on the spine, that proper one.
12 or 16 weeks or 12?
12 weeks was this one. Yeah. Then we have another one at 20 weeks with these people with a proper scanners.
Actually, that's the next big one, the 20 week.
Anyway, he's not allowed to come to those because it's only the patient in the room, which is really a bit sucky because they're two really good. Yeah, they're good.
Look, Luke didn't come to one of those ones with me purely because he was working, but third baby, for all the mums out there, if it's your first pregnancy, this would be so hard.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I was saying the other day. It's already an overwhelming experience. I could only imagine what it'd be like delivering and not having your mum being able to come in or your dad. Or even for second, that experience of your firstborn coming in and meeting.
That is huge.
There is a lot of anxiety that goes on in that pregnancy going, oh my gosh, am I doing the right thing by having another child? You have mum guilt because they've always been your first. You're like, gosh, is this all going to go pear-shaped? Yeah. When they come into the room and you see them together, it's like, this is bliss.
Yeah.
So for that experience not to be there, and especially mums that are staying in hospital for longer, they could be away from their families for 5 days. It's a long time. It's a long time.
And I think back to when I had Bonnie last year, one of the most exciting things for me, besides having her, and I didn't know the sex, so finding out the sex, but was for the boys to meet her. And I'm just thinking for all the mums out there who have had that special moment taken away. And as you said, if you are close with another person, really close with your mum or your mother-in-law or fathers, whatever, and they can't come in, it's such a special
moment. But even
moment.
Doulas and things haven't been out, they haven't been able to have birth partners. And if you want your birth partner in there, that means your husband or your wife or whoever needs to be in the room with you. And they're not there. That's it. You're one person.
And what about birth? Some women love to have birth photographers.
Yeah,
you'd be selling all
can't
that.
be doing that.
Yeah, it's huge.
So anyway, I asked my OB about this the other day, and I just said, hey, listen, I know, you don't want to rush it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're still in the mix of it, but she did say that that's one thing that they're looking at opening up as soon as possible, where it's safe, to be able to at least bring grandparents and siblings back into the rooms and into the birthing suites. So that will be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, you don't want to be rushing this stuff too, because the last thing we want to do is
the spike. Yeah,
correct.
I think there is a positive on the flip side. Some women get really you get anxiety when you have too many visitors.
Oh, absolutely.
I actually would say that I'm the type of person, I don't really get anxiety, but I look back to when I had Harrison, and when I had people coming.
Too many.
Too much.
Too many.
Too much. And the other thing is the pressure. The other thing is that was my auntie messaging me. Is when a mum comes home from hospital, and then you've got that onslaught of visitors. And
it's a lot.
think, as much as I feel really sorry for some mums at the moment in the situation where they can't.
It is a blessing.
It's a blessing because the pressure, even though, even me coming here tonight to interview Anna, she's like, what are you wearing? I was just casual. But even though we've both said to each other, no, we joked that we would wear our pajamas, but
I legit actually was going to.
Yeah, and I thought about it, but I was like, got a bit of effort. But I just
I haven't got my pants done up.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But I just feel that you come home from hospital with your baby, and you might just have
you just want to hang out.
Yeah, but you might just have your in-laws who you innocently just want to come over and meet the baby, and that's fine. But you as a mum feel pressured
Yeah.
to get that washing
Yeah.
away, get the dishes done.
And be out of your dirty spew clothes and
Be
stuff
out of
like
your
that.
dirty spew clothes.
Sometimes that I personally found we said no visitors for the first, I think it was for the first 24 hours in the hospital, and then we were really limited in the hospital who came.
Yeah, that was
Then,
your rules?
Yeah, we decided that as a couple. And then when people came over, it was never intense. Like, you just can't. You just have to have control of that. And, like, I just wanted to be with my kids.
Yeah, you do.
And Joseph. Like, it was a special experience. People came over and visited, but people do respect that. Like,
they do, yeah. And especially now that you're going to bring your third in. Why is my computer saying it's not? Okay. Did we not switch it on?
Did you plug it in? Here?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. One moment, please.
Technical error.
That green light's not
green
on.
line.
Oh, now it is.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, back to it. I was just going to say that... Oh, no, it's as long as it's red. That's fine. It's a bit temperamental. For Anna, like, you'll be bringing home your third baby, and my God, like, whether it be a boy or a girl, whatever, but your eldest child is now old enough to complete, and even Ruben's the second?
Yeah,
Dom's the first one. That is such a special moment for you.
Absolutely.
To see that, and you just want to be home and enjoy that. Yeah, on your own.
It would be nice for, like, the hospitals to open up. Just, I can understand if they're not going to go full bore. With Ruben, we had a woman next to us, and I don't know how she did it. She had a C-section, and it was literally like party town next door. We actually had to knock on the door and say, "Hey guys, it's 9:30 at night. You need to be quiet."
Yeah.
But it was like just non-stop. How her body would recover is just mind-blowing. Like, you just can't.
Yeah.
She would have got home and just been, like, exhausted. So I think it is good for the hospitals to have some limitations on it. But, yeah, like, I don't know how I would go with my parents not being able to come in and Joseph's parents. It would be devastating.
It would be awful, because that's a really special moment
that
you've got. I think I would love to see hospitals, and I know that they have visiting hours, but does anyone really follow those? But I feel that I would be happy for there to be some procedure in place where you could notify the nurses and be like, "Can you kind of..." Because you feel like, you'd feel like a bitch if you're like, "Can you leave?" But like,
our midwives were really good. We birthed at the Epworth Freemasons.
Oh, same.
East Melbourne, yeah.
Oh.
And they are really good.
Yeah.
They are, like, we used to say, "Okay, it's time for a nap," or whatever, and they would be.
Oh God, why didn't I switch that off? Sorry. Alarm.
Doing well here, ladies. Doing well.
Okay, whoopsie. So a couple of people have made some comments.
Oh, hello.
Do you know Jennifer or Brie?
I do.
Both?
Yes, we speak on Messenger, on DM. You slide into my DMs.
Yeah. Let you read that.
I read my phone that's tiny all the time. It comes up on big screen. I'm like, wait, what?
Okay, so Brie, you've got two boys as well, and she had, either way, I'm stoked. My 10-year-old has it in his mind that he was having a sister. I know. It was exactly the same. So sad.
It's
the
girl.
boys.
I'm so convinced
the boys think it's a girl. I was a bit like that as well, thinking I was having a third boy. And everyone's like, "Are you getting so I bet you're hoping for a girl."
Oh, all the time. No, I'm not. I'm hoping for a baby.
Healthy baby. Like, just have, and I was accepting. Yeah, I'm having another boy, and whatever.
And if I cared, if it was a girl, we would have found out.
True. Good point.
Like, we obviously don't care.
And how good is the surprise?
Oh, so good.
Was it a surprise for the first two?
Yeah, Joseph delivered both of the boys. So he was the first to find out. He told us both times, and he will do it for our third. And if we have a fourth, he will be there. Joseph is a firm no for four.
Oh, okay, yes. So Luke was a firm no for three. So.
Same. But he's a firm no. I don't know.
Do you want?
I'm never a firm no. I'd have 5 kids, but Melbourne's too expensive.
Yeah, Melbourne is expensive. So let's move to the country or the beach then.
Yeah.
No,
I could start my own private school with it having so many kids. That'll do. Bonnie's just turned 1 and I'm already missing the newborn days, and I get so clucky for the newborn days. Some mums, they love the newborn days and some they hate it, but oh my God. I was looking at videos of Ruben this morning. tried to find. I posted about this breastfeeding box that I do.
Yeah.
And I was trying to find an old Instagram story
Mm-hmm.
from back in like 2016.
Yeah.
You can imagine how many I posted. I'm like, okay, I do not have this much time.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was photos of Ruben coming up. I'm like, oh my God, he was so tiny and so fat.
No, oh my God. I was cleaning up on his newborn clothes today and
Oh, don't.
oh no. And even like I bought Anna some newborn nappies over. I had a spare pack and I'm just like, they're so tiny. So tiny. Anyway, we should move on because I would happily sit here and talk to you about pregnancy and birth. I was actually about to say to you, tell me your birth story. No, getting off track. Anyway, I do want to talk to you about, I want you to tell us about you being a mummypreneur. And how did you come up with this? Well, first of all, explain what you do.
I make sensory kits.
For children?
Yes, for children. I used to do heaps of sensory play with the kids, and every time I posted it on my blog, people would be like, how'd you come up with that idea? Where did you source that stuff? Where'd you get that table from? Where did you do this? And I'm like, well, I could just make you one if you like. And then I came up to Joseph one night, and I'm like, so I'm going to start a business. He's like, oh, okay, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm going to make sensory kits. You know, like what I do with the kids all the time. I'm just going to make more of them. I said, we'll be fine. It's not going to take out that much, you know. I'll just make a few extra each month and I'll just send them out if people order them. Yeah. Anyway, I went live, and the first night I went into Joseph and I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what I've done. I think this is bigger than I thought it was. And
so you created the website yourself?
Yeah. So I've done it all myself. I've literally from the first time I posted until now, everything is
and
me.
So what was it like? Because it's a big thing for a mum to go into business, like for anybody. But what, like, you're gambling on maybe one order, but what happens if the opposite happens? What happened? Did you get snowballed? It was pretty hectic.
My mum was here. My mum lives in Singapore. My mum was here. I'm not sure why. She must have been here for work.
Yeah.
And my phone just kept on dinging. And we're like, oh my God. I'm like, hey mum, so you want to colour some rice? She's like, no, not really. But I ended up dragging her in, and she was like sorting out bugs. And I'm like, oh my God, mum, I don't know what I've done here. Anyway, it was so amazing. And then so each month I come out with a new theme, and we've got subscription models and blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
But it's just amazing. I've always been huge on learning through play for the kids, and I'm really hands-on with the boys. Like, we just play a lot.
Yeah.
And that's how the kits came about. But yeah, it's amazing. It's hectic. Like, it's insane. It's just fantastic. It's really boomed, and the kids love it. Dommy now asks, hey mum, can you make one for me? I'm like, oh, sorry, I haven't made you one.
You get your own children. Yeah. So how many would you be roughly? I mean,
oh shit. Oh,
you can swear.
A lot.
Like hundreds?
Hundreds.
Holy moly.
So like this week I did 900 kilos of stock yesterday, and all of those kits are sold.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like
oh my God. What's going to happen when you have babies?
So the subscriptions will be put on hold for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to make the themes each month, but I'll just do individual kits just in case I do want to have a month off. I can have a break. Yeah. Obviously, I'll have a break of the month of October just because I don't really want to be 39 weeks pregnant carrying all that weight. It's dangerous. Like, it's all fun and games now. I can
still
around.
Do it.
And she says a workaholic.
She does, yeah.
And I have staff now that are helping me out, so like I can outsource stuff. I am trying to be sensible. Like, when I've got the girls here helping me, I am being like, okay, you have to do the lifting today. So like, I am trying to be sensible, but I'm also get frustrated and I'll just go downstairs and do it.
Yeah. Okay.
You should have seen, this used to be the basement. So literally that entire wall used to be kits from floor to roof.
Oh my God. I think you posted about it a couple of times, and
hectic.
I was like,
there was food colouring all over the floor.
I think that Anna girl's gone a bit cray.
So we've just moved it downstairs because I said I need work to be separate from home, because I was like getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning being like, oh, I could just do one more kit. Yeah. And Joseph would be like, what are you doing? Like, this is ridiculous. Go to bed.
Crazy. So, well, what have you learned from doing this? Like, what have you learned? Like, you've got to keep coming up with fresh ideas
Yeah.
to, well, everyone who's ordering these. And so how do you come up with the ideas and how do you work out what's important for children?
The best thing that I have is 2 guinea pigs called
Oh.
Dominic and Ruben. So
Yeah.
I get to trial a lot with them. To be honest with you, it's actually all just sitting there and playing with them. My ideas come from there.
Naturally.
So like their little imaginations is so amazing. If you just sit there and watch them, you get so much inspiration just from them doing
Yeah.
something. Or like say sometimes we'll like read a book or we'll be playing with a certain toy. I'll be like, okay, well that's perfect. That's obviously interesting to them, and then we kind of go from there. But I try not to do only just sensory stuff.
Yeah.
We have a huge playroom upstairs and the kids go nuts and I love to sit up there and watch them. It's so fun.
It's good.
So fun.
Would you, well, I would describe you as becoming a bit of an expert in the sensory world.
Thanks.
Yeah. So
Queen sensory, we might say.
you're practically a teacher.
Practically, yeah.
What other, so I want to talk about Duplo Lego.
Yes.
So do your kids have Duplo
Oh
Lego?
my gosh, do we have? You should, actually I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to show my stories. The kids are obsessed. We, Ruben actually is so good at it.
Yeah.
Anything construction for him, and it's so good for their fine motor skills. It's good for so many things. They're little tiny hands, and the bricks are the right size, even for Dom.
Yeah. And now Dom's 4.
Dom's 4, so he's not quite on the normal Lego. The Duplo's
4.
perfect.
Yeah, 4 is a really tricky age. I remember Harrison received his first actual Lego box at 3, and I was like, no.
Nah.
That got shelved for a good 12 months. And even when he was 4, but by the time he hit 5, they go. But
the good thing about the Lego Duplo is that you can just do the construction stacking, which Ruben would do. It's just literally putting them on. But with Dom, it's more problem solving. Okay, like this is a picture of what I can make, and then he actually is making it. So it is more problem solving, and it's using a little bit more skill than just stacking. Whereas for Ruben, it's more learning about dealing with his emotions because it's frustrating that you can't get them all on, and sharing with Dom because they obviously share together, which is really good. They're actually pretty good at it. So we Duplo a lot.
It's
lot.
funny, I put our Duplo tub away. Actually, I think I sent it to Mum and Dad's beach house like 3 years ago, and it's just one of those toys, you can play with, but we play with when we go there, but we spent the last 9 weeks.
Oh yeah, of course you did.
My parents' beach house. And when I was frantically packing because I didn't know how long the world was going to end for, I didn't really pack toys. Like I was getting all the boys' educational things because they're both in school and doing a lot of that. And then I pulled out the tub, and we've got a decent sized tub filled with Duplo. And I was thinking, Bonnie's getting old enough now. Because when I went down there, she was only crawling. We've come back with a toddler. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But I thought, I'll get this out for her. And then my boys, who are now 6 and 8, they were like, oh my God, we haven't played with
and it's still fun
Lego
for them.
Duplo forever. And I'm like, this is so cool. Yeah.
And seeing them playing all together is so good.
Oh, I know. So good.
And your youngest always looks at the oldest being like, how are you doing that?
Yeah. So, no, it's really good for imaginary play.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what was I going to say about your sensory kits? The fine motor skills, you're becoming a bit of an expert with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So you pick up some tips along the way of other things that your kids play with, and then you just implement it.
Yeah, like all of the tools that are in my kits are actually designed for little hands.
Yeah,
so all of the tools and equipment is actually designed for fine motor skill development.
Yeah.
Like I was talking the other day about mums going, my kid can't write yet. I'm like, your kid's 4. It's fine.
Calm down.
Plenty of time. There's a lot of steps that you have to learn.
My husband can't write yet.
I can't write yet. I'm an Instagrammer. I just use my phone. I got to sign my signature. It's like, whoa, what is that? Did Ruben do that? But there's all of these steps before a child can pick up a pen and actually write.
Yeah.
And for example, using Lego Duplo is training muscles in the hand. It's building all of that fine motor skills of hand and eye coordination. All of these toys, we look at them and they're like, that's just a block, but it's actually not. The benefits of these things are absolutely amazing. And the same thing with my kits, like the tweezers and things all do the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really important that you give your kids these things now, so when they grow and they go to school, they've got all of that backing already there.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that you're going to be faced with, you've got 2 kids in the house, although, I mean, your little boy is 2, so you've still got to be very mindful of, even as a 4-year-old, choking hazards. But I've just found that, oh my God, bringing in another baby once my boys are...
Oh, yeah, because they don't have the filter of leaving things around, right?
Oh, my God. So there's a number of toys that, like, a lot of the, well, example, regular Lego, that all gets shelved up high, and we've actually had to put a lock on the door of their playroom. But, yeah, there's a certain number of toys that you can leave lying around, and I think, and it'll be interesting to see how you find it, like, I had all the baby toys packed away.
We don't have any.
Did you get rid of them all? You didn't think you had any more kids?
We got rid of everything.
Oh, I held
like,
on.
I think the bassinet, everything. We got rid of the capsule, literally everything. I kept a few clothes, but like very minimal. More like sentimental stuff rather than actually going to wear them.
Well, you can start fresh then.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was just going to say that...
Excuse from the baby buttocks.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that it's interesting seeing the kids, my kids who are 6 and 8, and all of a sudden they're so into baby toys again. And you don't... Like, you can't blame them. Like, like you don't want your kids to grow up too quickly, but it's funny.
It's so funny.
They sit down and play with her, and they pretend they're like, oh, these are bunnies, baby toys.
They
but
love
you can tell that
they're actually enjoying it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Working on their fine motor
My
skills.
brothers, I've got 2 half brothers that are 14 and 16.
Yeah.
And you should see them playing with Dommy and Ruben. It's the most beautiful. Oh, they're the best. But you can tell that Joshy, my older one, he's amazing. He's like keen as. You can tell he's really
I love seeing that.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. I love
it's the best. It's such a good gap because they're old enough to be responsible to help out, but young enough for Joshy and for Dommy and Ruben to think they're the bees names.
Yeah, and they look up and they idolise. It's so good.
Sorry.
Is your phone buzzing now?
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to talk about? Let me think. Okay, so you're going to bring in this baby. Next year you're going to progress with your kids and you're going to have your hands full. You're going to have 3 kids.
Yep.
But you've got, what do you call it? Nanny.
We've got Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah, Mary Poppins hopefully will be with us for the rest of the year.
Oh my God.
She did want to try and go get a career, but I've kind of just going to cut that down. Yeah. I'm going to ask for her to put me as her reference.
What did she start out as?
She when she started, she was our nanny, and now she's literally like an everything. Like, oh my gosh,
she's your PA.
Oh, I would actually die without her. I sometimes text her. I'm like, I'm really sorry, but can you do this? She's like, yeah, no worries, dude.
Awesome.
She's amazing. Yeah, so she wants to go get actually start her career because she's at uni at the moment. Like, oh, just put me as a reference, yeah? Alicia is horrible. Do not hire her. She's actually starting tomorrow to work for Dommy's girlfriend. So cute. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I think I'm just reading some of the comments. Sophie's saying she's a shocker for engaged play with Louis. And that also happens. Like, the more kids you have, sometimes it's so easy to forget to sit down. Oh God, I remember Harrison.
Actually sit down and play with them. Absolutely.
And then you get mum guilt. Like right now, I feel mum guilt. Like the amount of things that I did with Harrison first.
You take them to Jimbaroo. You take them to mini masteries. You take them to
everything.
Every development music class. You name it. Like Dom, I'm shocked he doesn't speak fluent French. Honestly. Ruben, old mate Ruben, nothing.
And look,
nothing.
I don't think I'm going to be taking Bonnie to an indoor play centre anytime soon.
No,
like, because they're all closed, and like those places are
they
filled with.
Are they opening? What's the go there?
Would you take your child?
Absolutely not.
Like those places are filled with germs. Oh my God! And the amount of kids, the amount of kids parties we've been going to with the boys, like indoor trampoline centres and
places
they're
clean,
good,
right?
they're good. But the indoor,
I've never been.
indoor trampoline centres, I love indoor trampoline centres. But the indoor, like inflatable world and the kids.
It's just so hard for them to keep it all clean. Like, they can't possibly sterilise every one of those bloody balls.
No, when they go to a ball pit.
I went to one play centre, actually, I can't remember where it is.
We probably shouldn't mention names.
No, I won't, because I've got baby brain and I won't remember. It
Although-
was bloody amazing.
Rabbit Hole.
Oh, I haven't been there.
Rabbit Hole in Maribyrnong. I'm sorry to plugging them, but they only opened a couple of years ago, and the ball pits apparently, and I hope this is true, and I'd like to think that all play centres do this. They've got like a ball machine,
Sanitizer thing.
so apparently like, all the balls go through and they all get.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't been.
I'd like to think that happens hourly, but
oh,
anyway.
so rank the amount they put them in their mouth. But I mean, you've got to have
But
some immune system,
you gotta
right?
have, exactly. You're gonna be kids.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be going to Southland licking poles anytime soon. So no, the kids will not be going to child play centres, but in good time.
Yeah.
We weren't ever like that Jeremy family though. When the kids were younger, we used to go to those things.
Yeah. Like I mean,
You have
thinking,
to,
like what about this? Like when we come into spring and like all the festivals and things, are they all going to be open and like? I think Melbourne show's being posted.
Yeah, that's done. That's cancelled.
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 But you know, all those coming into summer, all those festivals and like shows.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it'll be
Well,
interesting.
All of those concerts that I had tickets for concerts that were meant to be like next month or whatever, and they've all been postponed.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's really hard. Like I'm busy with my boys and doing the whole school thing. So even though I have a baby,
that must have been really hard juggling that with the school kids and her, because it's just completely different requirements.
The last 10 weeks has been possibly the hardest. When I say hard, I've loved it, but I've never worked as hard. Like it's funny. I could stay in my pajamas all day. We didn't have to go anywhere. But when Luke was away working night shift, whatever, and it was just one-on-one with the 3 kids. That doesn't even make sense, one-on-one with 3 kids. But,
yeah, I get you.
And you're doing, and I've got my boys are side by side, like they're one's in grade 2, one's in grade 1. So I'm doing this school work with this school with that one, and then you got a crying baby. It was just juggle, and like the days.
And sometimes they ask you questions in the homework, and you're like, I don't know that.
I had to Google nouns and verbs.
But you're not a teacher though. Like it's hard because you're trying to put on a hat that you're not actually trying to do, and all of a sudden everyone's meant to be like this.
I know.
Bloody Mary Poppins
That's
teacher.
crazy.
It's like, wait, what? I did not sign up for this. That's why I have schools.
Exactly. Off we go. And it's funny because I think one of Luke's friends actually said tongue in cheek, and he was only mucking around, but he made a comment about, how easy is my life at the moment. I'm just like, at home all day with the 3 kids. Oh, how easy. Like I didn't watch TV.
And if you did watch TV, it was Bluey. Like it wasn't
God.
it was anything that you wanted.
And
to
you think
watch.
an 8-year-old would be past Bluey? No.
Bluey's good.
But do you know what I love about Bluey? When Harrison and Mitchell were 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, they started to develop a Pommy accent. Now we were living in Adelaide.
From Peppa Pig.
At Ben and Holly. And
I don't use that word often, but I can't stand it.
So many children in Australia are obsessed with watching these British shows. And they might be good, but
we don't watch Peppa Pig. I feel like they've got attitudes.
Well, actually, I've heard other mums say that.
Yeah, I don't like it. The way they speak to the dad.
Yeah, there's attitude.
There's some respect that needs to be
learned. All of a sudden, my boys, they came to me the other day and they're like, "Oh, mum, we've got this game we want to play," and I was just like blown away because their imaginations were amazing, and it was this game, and I'm thinking, where have you learned this? They said, "Oh, Bluey does it." It was fantastic. And so
Uppy, what's that Uppy game that you can't let the balloon touch the floor?
Oh, we played that.
I play that all the time.
Yeah,
like, what is this game?
And then Harrison drew, he goes, "Oh, Mum, when we get in the car," he grabbed a notepad and his texters and he wanted to start drawing our adventure. And I'm thinking,
the dream car?
The dream car!
John does that too. He's like, "Mum, can we get butlers?" I'm like, yeah, sure, bud.
And can we have 17 toilets or something?
I'll just go sell a few more kits to pay for those butlers. Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, no, funny. No, so I've lost the track, like we haven't talked about. But I was just saying that the last few weeks have certainly been crazy for a lot of parents. Anyway, Louise has a question. Louise, Peppa is a bitch.
She legit is. I wasn't going to say it, but because you have. Yeah. Absolutely. I just spoiled little brat. Yeah. Like someone needs to give her some discipline.
Too demanding. And what I just love the Bluey, and
I like that Bluey's relatable. It's got like that proper relationship that
Yeah.
And it's very Australian
It's
without
very-
being that bogan Australian.
It's not
which is
not
great.
being not being.
And like, I don't mind the kids having a little bit of a reality check, and it's kind of that adult humor and kid humor in one. I like it.
And there's so many little one-liners in there that parents.
Oh yeah,
like,
absolutely,
it's
and
us.
it keeps us engaged.
They were watching an episode the other week, and I couldn't see it, but then I had a glance after I heard something funny. But the kids were in the back seat with their car seats. But it was just so relatable.
Oh yeah,
Like, and you don't see
good.
that kind of stuff in
Fancy Restaurant. Is that the one where he has to like Fancy Restaurant? I have to ask Joseph. He'll remember. The one where he has to wine and dine his wife, and they're like, "Where's the romance?" I love that one.
Oh
And
my God.
and he ends up eating her that the mum's gross meal because he wants to be nice to her. I love that one.
So while we were at my parents' beach house in isolation, is that actually an episode?
Yeah, Fancy Restaurant.
I need to watch. Oh my God, the boys set up a table at the beach house. There's like
so cute.
There's like a little circle, cafe style tiny table. And then they're like, "Mum, come sit here. Dad, come sit here." And then they put flowers on the table, and then they pretend they're like, "We're playing restaurants."
Bless, Bluey.
They literally just. I've been thinking my boys have been really creative lately.
Stick with that. It's not Bluey, I promise.
No. Anyway, Louise has a question about what are some of the favourite toys and games that the big kids can do with the toddlers. That's actually a really good question. Yeah, and that gets back to
Lego
Lego Duplo.
Legit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a number of things that I've noticed my boys doing that I just like. It'll blow you away when you see your older kids interacting with your baby. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I really love it. All right. Well, I think we've probably chatted long enough. Look, we've been on for 40 minutes already.
Yeah,
my
that
God.
was going to happen.
Oh my God, I could seriously talk for you. Yeah, anyway. Poor Anna, she just wants to go to bed. She's pregnant.
I really want to take my pants off. I thought that was not appropriate.
Why are you wearing jeans? You should have worn trucky pants.
I don't have any that fit me, all right?
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Because I'm not in maternity stuff yet,
No.
but I'm also not in my fat pants.
Okay.
My skinny pants.
Can you just buy, you should just wear pajamas?
So I went today to, Cotton On to get some light, stretchy ones.
Yeah.
But nothing's fitting. It's really annoying me. I mean, that annoying, and
She's got up a size.
because I'm eating so much junk food. Oh my gosh.
Anyone else put on weight during isolation?
Oh my God. So bad.
I have absolutely. All right, well, we'll wrap this up. I want to say a big thank you to Lego Duplo for bringing this episode. This is the first go live I've done in quite a while. It was the first one I've done interviewing someone, so I'd really like to do some more. But huge thanks to Lego Duplo, and thank you to everyone who's jumped on and watched. And a big thank you to you, Anna. And also, good luck.
Thanks.
Yay.
Thanks for coming over.
Okay, thanks.
Farewell.
Bye-bye. Good night.
They can still see us.
And that I'm reading.